The goal for the second half of this lesson is to have hello.js get the name from a text file instead of it being provided. Here we are in the text editor. First, let's get rid of Sally, the first console.log, and this for loop, so we don't need those anymore. Instead, we're going to use Node's file system module we looked at before called fs. First, we need to require it at the top of the file, just like we did with HTTP in the last lesson. So var fs equals require fs. Setting it equal to a variable allows us to use it to access its ReadFile method. So let's do that down here. I'm going to do fs.readFile, so my module name, then my function name, then its input, which we said was going to be a file name. So let's create a file called name.txt as the first argument. Then we're going to use our callback as our second argument. So in the same directory, I'm going to create a new file. And you can put any name you want in it. I'm going to put my name. And then when I save it, I'm going to save it as name.txt. So let's go back to hello.js. So now the read file is good, but one issue is that I haven't defined my callback. So up here, I'm going to have to define my callback function. So we can write function callback. And now here's where we're going to want to use that error first structure we talked about before. So the two arguments are going to be error and data. So our first step is we're going to start with the error handling. So if there's an error, I'm just going to console.log it so I can see what it is. Then I'm going to return. Next, we need to deal with the response data, which in this case is going to be the file contents or just the name. There's many ways we could use this, but for now, let's just try setting name equal to data. So making sure I save my work, now would be the time I run node hello.js. But before I do so, what do you think the console will print? Choose one of the answers below.